Hi guys, I'm back. I don't know how long it has been, but it feels like years, really. I've been doing a lot of shit, painting minis. I even drafted the first page of my book. I'm really proud of it. I was planning to start writing it for a long time, and now I'm finally doing it, and I'm super excited. But that's a subject for another video, maybe in a year or so, who knows. Anyways, I'm a big fan of diversity in gaming, and in usual D&D or Pathfinder campaigns, I often get a diverse cast of characters by just picking different races and thinking about some different cultural differences between them, maybe some rituals, traditions, something like that. But recently I've started running a game in Fate core system, and it's set in our modern world. And honestly, as someone living in not really diverse place, I'm not used to different cultures that much, and I wanted to learn about them. So naturally I typed diversity RPGs in YouTube search box and went on an adventure. And one profile caught my attention. It's called Diversity and Dragons, and I thought, cool. Apparently he's fighting for diversity of thought in the RPG industry. Okay. But one video took my attention, and I'm going to talk about it today because honestly it's been getting on my nerves, really.
A few months ago, Paizo decided to toss one of their products into a Humble Bundle. That's a group of products, in this case tabletop role-playing games, that are put together at a highly discounted price to raise money for a certain cause. Was this cause kids with cancer? Abused pets, perhaps? No, it was to help these poor, unfortunate creatures.
Yeah, calling trans people creatures? I was sort of expecting that. Coming from a dude with that getup really reminds me of Tim Dillon. But let's see where this shit show goes.
First up in the grotesquerie is Call 'em Out, an alphabet power fantasy of spite instead of survival. Yes, that's its actual title. Apparently in this role-playing game, you're a well-adjusted person heading home for the holidays. Just someone looking to spend some quality time with the family, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts and uncles. Oh, wait, sorry, my bad. You're actually a mentally ill narcissist looking to start trouble with your own family over the Thanksgiving turkey.
You know, it's funny how people who need therapy and who don't get the setting of boundaries and things like that call people who are doing these things narcissistic, and you can see that this dude never had an opinion that differed from his family and never had to stand in defense of his own values and even of own identity. And I'm really sorry for whoever in his family could be a gay, lesbian or trans. And I mean, I kind of get why at his family meeting there isn't that talk, because there comes a guy like that and spews his nonsense.
So how do you play? Well, just give a dice roll on the author's hit list, random relatives table, then generate a current thing topic and flip a coin. Yes, I'm serious. If it lands on tails 3 times, you win.
Okay, that's a pretty simple game, but I've seen some of that type of gameplay in like one-page RPGs. I'm not really a fan of them, but whatever. I guess if I would be bored, I could play something like that. It's more like a prompt for your imagination, maybe for making a story. That could be cool.
Your egotistical rage bubbles over. How dare Grandma be frightened of the Buffalo Bill clone she saw menacing her on the sidewalk on the way into her Silver Sneakers class.
Buffalo Bill clone menacing her at the sidewalk. Oh, brother. Okay, yeah, I guess being yourself is menacing for this guy.
You give her the what for she's been asking for.
And we have creepy as fuck AI image. What is going on with Grandma's face and this kid's mouth? She doesn't have her lower teeth and her hand is fucked up too. What the fuck?
In such a way that everyone applauds your stunning bravery. They all laugh at Grandma, which I guess is supposed to be good.
Yeah, it is supposed to be good. If Grandma has a shitty opinion, she should be laughed at.
So confusing for such a short little game. Even Aunt Sharon is stunned into silence when she finally realizes why her detestable daughter won't call her anymore. Poor Aunt Sharon. It looks like you win. Go on and celebrate. Well, you actually just win a bit of self-therapy for 10 minutes. The 10 minutes it takes you to play this game.
Honestly, for such a short game, he has had pretty strong opinions. I would guess someone gets triggered.
You'll have to ask the author how to fill the rest of the 23 hours and 50 minutes of terminal lunacy in your life if you found this game at all understandable or enjoyable. And by the way, yes, this was billed as a legit role-playing game.
Yeah, it is. Tabletop RPGs doesn't have to be robust and have 300 pages of rules. You can just look at the one-page RPGs I've mentioned before. But I guess our expert doesn't know about that.
Maybe this one is a little bit more centered, a little bit more sane, a little bit more, oh boy. Well, first off, nice font. If you're going to write your manifesto, you could probably only do worse by putting it in Comic Sans.
I fully agree on the font. I mean, I kind of get what the author was going on for with this industrial type of font, but it's completely illegible for me. So, well, we can agree with diversity and dragons here. That's the first one.
You start by rolling 2 die 12, and then you consult this table, which looks suspiciously small.
Okay, so the rules are pretty simple here. We just have the setup of the word wants to... Yeah, that was what I was talking about. The font is illegible. The word wants to defang you, break your spirit, kill you. Whatever will you do? And then we roll 2d12s. And on 2+, we bite down harder, fight longer, become immortal, love others despite it all. And on 1-, we lie down, roll over, die.
Starting to suspect that some of the games in this humble bundle are not really games after all. More like therapy projects. But still remember that the number 2 tabletop game company in the world contributed to this tripe.
Yeah, Paizo contributed to this, and I think I know why this one game is in that humble bundle. Okay, first I will have to say that I'm one of the people that considers video games, even tabletop RPG games, I guess in this example, as a work of art. Whether it's Call of Duty or, I don't know, Xenogears, maybe Chrono Trigger, they are all art. Sometimes it's shitty art, sometimes it's just art designed to profit. And if you are interacting with art, you kind of have to treat it as a reader of some sorts. You start off by experiencing the art, in this case reading the game. The setup is short and sweet, the word wants to kill you. Then we get to the rules. You roll 2 dice. 2 dice? No, 2 dice. And then we interpret the value of dice and act accordingly. And in this case, you may notice that a setup of 2d12s grants us minimum of 2. What does it mean? In this case, it means that you will always bite harder, fight longer, become immortal, and love others despite it all. And now there comes a second part of the riddle. What author wanted to express? Considering that it's a trans visibility humble bundle, we can deduce that it has something to do with that. Considering the context of said artwork being out, I'm not from the USA, but I kind of get the gist of what's happening there, and it's horrible for immigrants, for minorities, and that includes trans minorities. And what does it all tell us? Basically, this game is a manifesto of some sort. So, Diversity and Dragons correctly called it a manifesto, but completely missed the point of that. This isn't really a game. This is a call to action. And maybe not even to action, just art expressing the feelings of the author. Art that is supposed to encourage fellows trans people and their allies and give them hope. Hope for a better tomorrow. I mean, fight longer, bite harder, love others despite it all. Honestly, it's a pretty nice message. I could get behind that.
Why don't we try this one? It's from someone named Harper J. Hey, that sounds like a friendly name. I'm sure we're going to get a nice, playable game. No unnecessary confrontation.
No unnecessary confrontation or violence. I've watched literally like 4.5 minutes of this guy. And I already know that he's anti-politics in games, which of course means he's anti-politics that don't agree with him.
So, for the love of God.
Hell yeah, punch a fucking Nazi, that's a fire title. Okay, even simple rules. Imagine a fucking Nazi's punchable fucking face, pick a number, if that number exists, you punch fucking connects, repeat. Hell yeah, I could get behind that message. I mean, I couldn't argue with that even if I tried, and I hope our friend here doesn't too.
And at just 2 pages, it's a perfect match for their intelligence and maturity. Still, it's going to be a little funny when the players that it's aimed at start reflexively punching themselves. That's before they remember that they've been completely brainwashed.
Oh, the whole Antifa is Nazi now? Okay.
Well, in the most highly anticipated sequel since Ernest Goes to Africa, Harper J. also gave us Punch a Fucking Billionaire.
That's also a message I can get behind.
It's a little derivative if you ask me, but you're free to come to your own conclusions. Now, do you think he meant this billionaire? Something tells me he may have meant someone else.
I mean, I can speak for the author, but I mean, most of the leftists would punch both millionaires.
How about reduce, reuse, and revolt? But what is this game actually about? Well, I guess it's the future. There's climate meltdowns, huge population shifts, refugees, and natural disasters. Sensing a pattern here. Well, hey, at least you're not terrorists. Oh, boy. Yeah, if you let the corpos and their cronies label you, you'd call yourself a terrorist. But you're actually just a warrior. After all, you shut down fossil fuel extraction with blockades. You hack the bank accounts of those mean old oil executives and redistribute their wealth. Boy, redistributing the wealth. That's something that this guy would be very, very proud of. Oops, sorry, I forgot. That was from the Marx is everything that the left accuses everyone else of being pile. It's okay, though. I'm sure your favorite lefty goons will be treating old Carl just like they do H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, I've never read any Marx. I've read some of the Lovecraft and I didn't like it. But when it comes to things like that, I guess in the 19th century, the geographical placement of those people would play a huge role in their attitude towards things like slavery and black people. Not many people like that in Europe during that time, at least in the East Europe, that is.
So who are the heroes of Reduce, Reuse, and Revolt? Well, I'm glad you asked. How about a middle-aged corporate drone whose neighborhood got tapped to be a water source for an AI farm? Does this really happen? For the love of God.
I mean, I don't know if we have something like corporations tapping water to turn them into AI reserve, but we had a situation with Nestle basically stealing water from a local community, but I guess Diversity&Dragons is a corporate shill after all, and he wouldn't be interested in that. Okay, I think that's all. There is a joke there somewhere about guy using AI content during a video about art that he doesn't understand. I'm sure you can find it, you are very smart after all. Honestly, I don't even know what to say about this guy. He's pretty angry, I guess. And he's getting angry about people existing and expressing their feelings through art. which is I guess a conservative standpoint. I think a lot of them do that. And I find it funny that he considers TTRPGs as apolitical. I feel like everything is political no matter what is it. I mean, you can have story without politics, but it's a really simple story, really. And I mean, if you don't incorporate politics, that is a political stand on its own. So, well, I feel like I will return to Diversity and Dragons in some other video. It got on my nerves that someone took a Humble Bundle like that and took some RPGs from that and just mocked them without even understanding them, or at least without wanting to understand them. In the meantime, I would like to invite you to like and subscribe to my channel, comment me what you think, and if you are looking for a GM, I'm running some Pathfinder 2 games, and I would like to invite you to them. Link in the description. Bye!